Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to another round of the WTCR League here on Race Room, where this week for round number 3 we are at Laguna, Seca. Don't think we've done this track on Race Room League before, so I'm looking forward to this. I hope you're all well. Hope you've had a decent week, as good as it can be right now. And yeah, we're looking forward to some good racing tonight. There's been some cracking close stuff in these WTCR cars, so yeah, fingers crossed for more of the same this evening. Just edging towards the end of practice now. Most drivers are in the pits. Let's go on the board with someone now. Mr. JP's Jonathan Atkinson. Hopefully he'll have a good run of things this evening. Showed some decent pace last week, but it's a tough midfield battle, as are many of our leagues really on PC. That midfield bunch are pretty close. So in the 3W Golf. We should have, I think, 20 drivers once they've all joined and got into the lobby. Engage survival mode. Yeah, hopefully it's not that bad, Damien. Hopefully it's not that bad. Fingers crossed you have a decent night of it tonight. Good evening there, good evening. Yeah, it's been interesting to see how the batch does. I know he's struggling a little bit at the moment, but fingers crossed he'll be alright. Not the easiest circuit, that's for sure, but I'm sure he'll be just fine. So our current championship leader, let's go on board. Let's just change something quickly. There we go. So current leader, there we go, he's in the pits at the moment, Mr. Conor Garrett. So 5 points is his lead. It's very tight at the top. He has a 5-point lead from Abhishek Jha, the Nepalese driver. Jerome Mormon, the Dutch driver, is he? No, he's also in the pits. Next guy up in the pits actually, in third, and he's only 8 points from the lead. So yeah, top three only 8 points between them. Vizar Chacoli in fourth as well. That's not the pit Let's yeah, left hand, the right hand down. No, that's not the. No, it's the track goes that way. But we've all done it. But not all on stream, so yeah, more embarrassing for you. So yeah, Conor Garrett are currently our championship leader, but very, very close at the top. Looking forward to some good racing tonight. Abhishek, is he? Let's see what he's doing. Is he working it out yet? Not quite sure. We'll give him some time alone. We'll give him some time off stream to work out what he wants to do. Yeah, that's just the way the timing screen works on here. It's a complete. That's just race room. That's what it does. Why does it? I don't know. It doesn't put them in order. It puts them where they are in the order they joined, sort of thing, but then displays them in the position they joined on the standings, no matter what their time was. I think. Nah, I think they're better than you, Sharpie. I'm afraid. Sorry, mate. Oh, by the way, did you see suspension damage hype? Yeah, this is gonna be a nightmare. This is gonna. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it already, Fish. Have you seen Shelby, the Quirks stream last night? Went on board with him this morning, and he's already back to the widescreen. Didn't even last like 3 hours, apparently. Don't know why. But yeah, it was good fun. I did enjoy put him back going, hang on a minute. I'm sure he had triple screens last night, so yeah. Got Quirkatized on Twitch, good fun, iRacing streamer. His emotes are pretty fun. But yeah, his streams are pretty amazing. Can't pretend him losing his rag on stream isn't entertaining. Astrov, evening, man. How are things? Haven't seen you in a stream for a little while. Yeah, but I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a good week so far. Maybe some things to look forward to in the weekend, if not just being able to chill. So just a couple more drivers, I think, to jump in, and then we will be ready to get going for qualifying. So 3 races, 3 15-minute races with 15. I think it's a 15-minute quali. Let me double check that, because I know my luck I'll get that wrong. I think it might be a 10-minute quali now. I said that. Yeah, so 10-minute qualifying, 3 15-minute races. Races 2 and 3 are just the finishing order from the previous race, but with the top 8 reversed. So yes, should be good. Evening Chaos, evening ma'am. Doing well, my fine sir. How are you, dude? Looking forward to tonight. Interesting track. As I said, I don't think we've done these on done this track on Race Room, and it's not going to be easy. Apart from the obvious corkscrew, which Sasha, but I don't think he's going to be taking that corner at that speed during the race. But frankly, some people might be better doing that, because I know some are struggling quite badly. So yes, this will be interesting tonight. I'm looking forward to it very much so. Nabashek, no, he's leaving the pits, but that would be that, straight into quali. So, a minute, all saying that, no, that's not meant to happen. So, are they having server fun again, or is he going to have to muck around with this? Because they definitely are meant to have a quali. Yep, I think they, 2 seconds, I don't know if that's just crashed for me, or... Huh, tech issues already, that's a good start. Let me just double check if that was me. I wonder if that's an admin balls up. I wonder if that's very much the settings for race 2 have gone forward to race 1. Let's find out. Or we're just doing away with qualifying altogether. But yeah, as always is the way, especially in these on the PC races. There's so many more settings to go wrong. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can find out what happened there. Yes. Right. So I think they've restarted it. Yeah, I think that was an admin error. So human error. Let's have a look. Oh, let me just double check. Let me refresh and then jump in from there. So yeah, the teething problems are always fun. They'll always happen. On the whole, I think we've got a pretty good record of getting all that stuff spot on first time round, so can't complain. So right, we should make sure everyone gets into the server and then hop straight into quali. Right, so there we go. I'm in. Lovely. So the server's been up for 30 seconds. So yeah, just jumping in, getting the drivers back in. Yeah, they're already rejoining pretty quickly. So most of them jumping back in pretty quickly. So we should be good going this time. I said to Martin, so hopefully we're going to get it right this time. Yeah, and he was like, maybe. So we'll see. He sounds confident. So how long, what do we think, how many drivers do we have to wait to get in? Got 16 at the moment, so there should be a couple more. I know, you can't get the staff. Can't get the staff. No, it's all good. So we'll be getting going in a couple of seconds. We'll go and bother Conor Garrett for a little bit. In the Civic, as I said, currently they're in the standings too. Practice with a checker flag. Haven't seen that before. Oh, that's handy. That's useful, isn't it, Damien? To be fair, yeah, don't worry, that was Martin's fault for ballsing up the lobby settings. Has he got it right this time, or is it going to the race again? That looks to me like it's going to the race again. So. Yeah, that shouldn't be going to the race. So what is it doing weird? Why is it not kicking it through to quality like it should do? What's going on there? So what funny fun things are we having all of a sudden? So let's hop back out. Right, this could be interesting. Because what's it? 10 past. It's only 10 minutes late, so we're not. Let's have a look. Let's have a look myself, see if I can notice what's going on here. Very weird though. Had no problems last week. So what is suddenly doing it this week? I do not know. So. Yeah, it should be kicking straight through into qualifying. I can't see any errors, yeah, so there's something up with the server's been a right gear for some reason. It's set to, yeah, long old practice. $10-minute qualifying, so why is it not giving us qualifying? Huh. That might need a restart. So let's have a look. Let's just quickly. Just troubleshooting. This is always, yeah, thrilling racing, isn't it? Good, isn't it? Weird, yeah. The server settings look fine to me, so it should work. Yeah, definitely shouldn't be skipping practice straight to the race. But there's no reason to panic, it's fine. But yeah, very weird. No, I can see the server settings myself. Now wrong with them. Yeah. Me, talk bollocks, but I don't know how to do that. That's not convincing anybody, is it? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, bud? You're trying to say I can waffle and talk nonsensical, absolute garbage? Me? Talk rubbish? Did you fix it? So, go on then. Where was the problem then? Because I can't see any problem myself. Right, so what did he not click? Oh, let's not make jokes about him. All right. Can you give him a shout later on and tell him how to avoid doing that? Let's just tell him. Oh, he won't mind. He's good, Martin. So right, let's go again. Refresh. Huzzah! 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 Right, let's try again. So yeah, is that the? Yes, it's not system, but obviously because you're loading in results on the previous one, so clearly he hadn't realised it was still loading in results from. You have to show me leg where that does that as well, so I can avoid it next time. Yeah, I don't do that. Oh no, you do not. Ooh, dearie, let's avoid that topic very, very quickly. Right, so is that the same? Let's just double check. Right, okay, so it should be okay. So we'll find out now, won't we? Poor Martin, hopped in, trying his best. Oh, okay. Oh, damn it. I don't know if what was I trying to say to him? I've just joined in there. I think they're hopping out and restarting the server. We will have some racing, qualifying and racing for you very, very shortly. So, one more time, ladies and gentlemen. And just makes you appreciate being able to actually jump in here on a night. Yeah, you appreciate the nights we turn up and there is just flawless, just the stuff works. No, it's real. Yeah. Well, if you haven't fixed it here, then we will have to postpone because that means something else is wrong. But it sounds right. But I mean, you got pretty au fait with it last season, so just show him. I mean, I think he probably knows now. Lovely panning camera shot there. But third time's the charm, I think it's the saying. And I really hope that's true. I really, really hope that's true. Yeah, it should be good. Evening, Visa, evening. I'm good. I am hunky-dory. I'll be better when we start actually racing and qualifying. But once everyone's in, we should be fine. Hey, once he's got to get all these mistakes out of the way. Got to learn these lessons, and then yeah. Had no issues in the flipping practice races or anything. That was all good. But yeah, it's always the way it happens, isn't it? Always happens in the races, in the actual races. Never mind. I know, it's good, isn't it, Scott? It's cracking stuff. What is it? Nearly 20 past 8. We've not even started qualifying yet. This is going to be a late stream. This is going to be a late old stream. So 45 minutes, 55. So yeah, well, it might be too bad. Depends if we have any hiccups. It's a bit too close for my liking. There we go. Oh, someone's doing a test start in the pits. Oh, potential carnage. So nearly everybody's in. Right, so we should, once everyone's in, be okay for qualifying. I've got all of my fingers crossed. Toes. Yeah, we have. It's all good, yeah. You've seen what it's like, VC. You've raced plenty of times with us. It's pretty rare we have any nights where it even starts more than like 2 minutes late. It's pretty much always bang on time, so yeah. It's because we've got the admin that's running the league, doing the league setup, the server setup stuff. There's a bit fresher to it, so he's making his mistakes now. So let's see what happens this time. Do we actually end up in a qualifying session, or do I have to go and go? We are. Do you know what I mean? No, we are, Scott. We are. That was just to make a joke about how AOR races used to have a tendency back then for being very late. And where we would start like a minute late, 2 minutes late, it was like, oh my god, we're late, and it's like 5 minutes. It's not. Let's not panic. So this is bad for us, and this is still better than a lot of other places I've seen, which just takes forever. Hey, it's a qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. Get in. That should be one race. No, we'll just get qualifying with no race afterwards. Evening notice. How are you, dude? How are things? How's your week been? Crikey, that's someone coming out of the pits like they mean it. Good lord. That's someone who's sat there for 15 minutes, absolutely chomping at the bit to get out on track. Good leg, that's alright. I wasn't planning on doing it anyways. Yeah, thank you very much, Leg. I really appreciate that, mate. I think, yeah, might just need to get you to check like the I might get you to check the server settings. Just it should be fine for the rest of the night, shouldn't they? As long as it just needs to remember to actually yeah, just needs to remember to use the results on the next two races. Yeah, should be good. Should be good. Lovely. Oh man. So what was that for again? I can't quite remember what you said. But yeah, I'm not too bad, man. I'm not too bad. I can't mind when you have more to moan about than me, mate. How's the game volume for everybody, by the way? It's unbelievably loud for me. But I'll deal with it. I've not got much choice. So yes, we're a couple of minutes into quali now, so everyone just finishing their outlaps. You think the cars are a bit too quiet? But you've turned it down. Well, then it's pretty useless. A bit of help there, leg, but I appreciate your effort. Oh dear. Formation didn't take. Oh, this. Do you not go through the walls, don't you, man? Oh. So that's the, you know what a fistula is, that's the whole artery to vein thing, isn't it? I think it's for dialysis, obviously. That's a bummer. Sorry for that, man. What are they going to do now, then? So we can talk about this stuff until the time start coming rolling in as well. So we'll stay on board with Connor until he comes over the line. Just coming up the Rahal straight. To the famous corkscrew. I think we will see a few drivers struggling with that corner tonight, especially if the braking, getting it turned in just right. I can't see him. He should be. He's got the right permissions and everything. But I cannot see. Can he see his half? Just double check. So, yeah, Abhishek doing what he does best, already up towards the top of the grid. Good start, that 129.796. Let's go on board with Andrew Pike coming around the final corner. He should be, I think he was here. Especially go this time on the inside of the fire, time the jog. Oh, eesh. Blah, blah, blah. So, Pike up to 8, 3.1 off though, so sure he can go better than that. Next time round, let's go on board with Jerome Mormon. One of the other front runners. Should be. Let me message him. But yeah, not sure. By the looks of things, I've he's got the roll and everything, so we can see the channels and the chats and all the good stuff. But we'll see. I know he's replying, so we'll see. So there's 3 races, so I think he could still get him for the other 2 if he's quick about it, but it's up to him whether he can make it or not. So last couple of corners then. Another Honda Civic, right up the front of the grid. Where does he put it then? Stays in 5th. 1 second off the best time. Well, no, he hasn't, sorry. That's race from taking its time. 0.394, so nearly 4 tenths off of Abhishek's time. So they're looking good at the moment. There's top few guys quite close, less than a second between the top 5. The mid-pack fairly packed as well. Still a few cars to get a time in. Mav Gardner. Ronnie Thunder, we've got the Batch and Zvonimir all to set valid time still. So might have a bit of a time in, so that's 14 of them now to get a valid time on the board. JP Atkinson, Jonathan Atkinson, up into 3rd now. Just over half a second back. Going to get past that car cleanly. He can. As long as he doesn't hinder that car, then we don't. That's okay. As long as it's not racing on track, effectively, then we'll allow it. But it's we'd rather they didn't. But as long as it's doesn't hinder them in any way. Mav Garner doing pretty well so far. Up in 6th at the moment. It's in the Audi RS3. It's a good improvement, nearly 4/10 to hop above the couple of cars in front of him, Conor Garrod and Vizar Shikoli. No, Stig, he can't make it. He's after the update. It's ruining his, apparently his CPU's just. It's after about 10-15 minutes. His CPU is right up at about 100%. That's a bit gutting, poor fellow. I was looking forward to seeing him race tonight, but oh well, can't be helped really. Fair play to him for putting his hand up and offering to help and getting this. Yeah, no doubt you were struggling, you were hating that so much. They're fun, they're pretty good fun these. I mean, this is the track I think is as fun as maybe some others might have been. Yes, just a few haven't been able to make it tonight. Obviously Zarf, who's going to be covering for someone. Can't remember who he was going to be covering for. I was told. Let's have a quick check. He was covering for... Oh yes, he was standing... Oh, he was standing for you, wasn't he? Stig. Duh. Oh, yeah, Joe LaCour can't race because he's having problems since the last update. He's mucking around with his wheel. So he's entered the league, but he can't sort these issues out. So yeah, that last update seems to have caused some interesting problems. The CPU was off and some wheel issues for Joe. So very peculiar. So let's watch him have the rest of this lap. A couple of tenths he needs. You can see on the times down the bottom now. I don't think he'll be going any faster. So let's go on board with. So it's rolling up into second. JP's third still. Conor Garrod in fourth. So it's quite close at the top. I think a few of them are done now. And Mavcon, I think, is done as well. Yeah, they are finished. There's a minute left. It goes very much like the original Project Cars. It finishes pretty much on 0. So let's go on board with Bremson. Down in 7th. Another RS3 Audi. Looking up to the corkscrew again. And he's made a bit of a mess. A bit of a mess of that, unfortunately. Didn't like the gears changes afterwards either. That didn't sound too comfortable. Let's go back on board with JP. Oh, he's just entered the pits just as our pit clicks on him. So we've got Bremson. Let's go Sasha Rupel. Yeah, you do get a bit more variety. I think there is one of every car in this as well. You've got your 7 cars in this. So you've got the Civic, you've got the Cupra, you've got the Audi RS3, the Alfa Romeo Giulietta, Peugeot 308, the Golf GTI, and then you've got Hyundai i30N. And I think there's one of everything in this, which is quite cool. I quite like that. So a lot of cars left out on track. Shikoli's done. Not a big fan of those orange traffic cones, so I think that is everyone done. Yeah, the batch has struggled there. Hasn't been able to get a time, valid timing and quality. So, yeah, I heard in practice it was sweary. It was quite sweary. He was struggling. So, yeah, fingers crossed he'll have a better time with it here. But now we are off into the race. So, what are we in for? Let's hope everyone gets on the grid okay. But look at that. So there should be quality into the race. Everything in the correct order all of a sudden. Just in case you're not sure who I am. There we go. I don't use that overlay often enough. Should do really. Not the time to use it, but we've got 30 seconds to wait, so why the hell not? So, all just forming up on the grid. Only a couple of cars left to go. I think I can see Bremson still in the pits there. Maybe there might be another car or two as well to hop onto the grid, and then we are all go. There we are. So red lights are all up and ready to go. And they are off. Abhishek's got a decent start here. Got a cacophony of cars there. Jerome, a tiny little touch on the rear end of Abhishek's car, but he gets a good getaway. So interesting first corner. Traffic cones already all over the place, so people have taken a fairly inside line there on the left. Let's go back to Zvonimir Jurek and Conor Garrod fighting over 4th spot. Zvonimir taking the inside. Conor having to slot in. He's got Mav Gardner just in behind him. A good start from Moorman. Moorman takes the lead from Abhishek Shah. Atkinson keeping third. Burek still in fourth. Conor Garrett just behind him, as we can see, in fifth. Bit of a train of cars come down the front. So Abhishek will try and close that gap as quick as he can. Doesn't want to let car in front get away. It shouldn't do anyways. It should be pretty close. It looks like everyone's got through cleanly so far. The batch have a good start as well. It's gained 3 spots at the start. This game's so much louder this week, I swear to God. So just let me know if it's too loud, because I've already got it turned down a whole huge amount, but I'm going deaf. But as long as you lot aren't, that's fine. So sorry if I end up shouting, that'll be why. Let's go back to the mid-pack there. So we've got Andrew Pike, he's in 10th at the moment. Sasha Rupel and Bremson, the 2 Germans just ahead of him. 2 Audis as well. And look at Damien Jensen just in behind. But still a train of cars to fight through, so he's got a lot of cars in front that he can get down and dirty with and have some battling with. So it hasn't dropped back at all yet. So Martin Webber, I don't think he's had an issue on that first lap. Has he recovered it? No, so he's had an off at the last corner. Yeah, is it the cameras? There's some tracks are weird because sometimes in miles away and other tracks. It depends. On this game, if you're not right close to the track, the cars are so quiet. And then you get a track like this where the cameras are close and they're the loudest thing on earth. So, it's a massive shame for Martin Webb. So he'll have to get up and going again. So the poor thing will have to just push as hard as he can now. So Jerome there. Must have had to slow down. So look at that. He's actually going to drop down to third. Oh, little tap on the back of JP. Be careful there. Jonathan Atkinson up to second. So coming up to this blind left-hander. Come up the hill. JP just making sure he gets his message across there. He's like, I'm not having you pass on the inside. Jerome gets the message, moves behind. And he'll slot in coming up to the corkscrew. He's got Burek just in behind. Burek going very far left, but getting it stopped in time. We've seen one of him miss his braking point a few times, so got a little bit nervous there, but it was all good. All good. So don't want to fight too much. I want to make sure Abhishek is kept in check nicely. So we've got Mav. Mav Gardner in 6th. Is he going to make a move on the final corner? He has a look. Doesn't quite make it stick. So that's Conor Garrett just ahead of him. Flash the lights. He's got Vizar Jacoli though. He's going to try and make a move up the inside, coming down into turn 1. Well, technically turn 2. Turn 1's that little kink in the straight there. Looking around there. Then turn 2 here. Andretti hairpin. Vizar's definitely going to look up the inside. He makes the apex nicely. Just a little bit wide on that second apex. Mav holds it around the outside nicely. So Vizar has to stay in behind. So it's good driving again. Oh yeah, look. I was going to say. It was I'm sure you know. Oh, evening baked bean. I never know what to call you. Big baked bean, or bean. So you're going to get a mix of the 3, depending on what I fancy, I think. But evening again. Glad you're joining us again. Yeah. So this is the first. You missed all the shenanigans of us mucking up the server settings 2 or 3 times. Not me though. I will hasten to add. It wasn't me. It was Martin Webb, and his penance is at the back of the grid now. So he's been smited, I think. So, no, it's all good. A little touch there with Vizar Jacoli. And Gardner going on the inside into the corkscrew. I think he'll hold on to that. Oh, Jacoli, though, trying to go as tight on the exit, the corkscrew as he can. But again, he'll have to slot in behind. So, great driving from these 2 so far. He's got quickly go on board with Abhishek at the front. And look at that. He's establishing a really good lead here, up to 1.5 seconds already. So, Atkinson and Moorman, they want to act together here, really, not fight each other too hard. They've got Burek just behind them as well. They want to push here. They want to close down the Honda of Shah, and they do not want to let him drive off in the distance, otherwise they will not catch him. He's already shown in this league he's got great pace. Bean or baked bean, yeah. I'll probably mix it up, depending on sheer luck more than anything else. Just hey, Firemouth. Evening, Levy. How you doing, dude? I haven't seen you for donkeys. Oh, I'm glad you're finding it like that. I'm glad you're not for everyone. Obviously, nowhere's for everyone, as much as they might like to be. But no, I'm really glad you're enjoying it. Hawaiian Rush. I like your name as well. Like I said last night, by the way. Any questions? Just shout in the Discord or DM to me. I'll will always help. But that's awesome. Yeah, dude. No, it's awesome. I do tune into your random odd GTA streams every now and again. but I can normally not for long. I'm not normally able to watch the streams for very long, but no, they're pretty cool. Good one of you singing. They're good fun. But nice. You look like you're doing well, dude. Yeah, you're looking good. So I hope you're alright, man. I hope things are okay. Pike. So, Mr. Pike. Still in 10th. So, he's got a little bit of a fight on his hands. Let's quickly go and look. He's got Jensen just behind him. So this mid-pack, pretty close. Why did the stream just welcome me to my own chat room, effectively? What's that about? It just says, welcome to the chat room. You've got to chat with the chat, Leg. You've got to chat with the chat as well. You've got to do both. Anyone would think this was easy. Yeah, it's good fun. I enjoy it. Abhishek, though, driving off. 2.9 seconds now. Disappearing off into the distance, I said Loic Martin. Back in 17th now, unfortunately. So, Martin Webb moves up a couple of positions. Has a few more points. You've got some weird emotes. You've got some weird emotes, dudes. But yeah, this is the first of 3 races. So we've got 2 15-minute races after this. So you've got nearly 40 minutes more of racing tonight. So it's going on a little bit later than we should have been, but we had about 20 minutes of delays due to our server cock-ups, let's call them. Oh, how do I time Leg out? Can I time Leg out? Should I time him out? That's tempting, isn't it? So constructive with his criticism. No, it's alright, Leg. It's alright. It's not that easy, Leg. Trust me. So 3.4 seconds. It's gone probably for one minute. So he's all over the back of JP. JP third. So on for a podium spot. Halfway through race number 1 now. I'm better at it than you, so that's all that matters, frankly. So, yes, nearly 3 seconds. JP currently holding on to that podium spot and they're doing a fine job of it. But Zvonimir, so driving well. He's been getting some good results recently. Finished pretty high up in the GT4s on ACC as well. And at least you don't have to deal with it. Oh, man. That was a brilliant on this track on iRacing. Oh, nice. Does Twitch Prime still give free subs? Yeah. Yeah, I should mention that. I should mention that stuff a bit more, Hawaiian, to be honest. Probably between races, but yes, Twitch Prime does still offer free subs. So if you use your Prime to sub to us, then we still get the money like you've subbed, but you haven't had to pay for the sub, which is cool. Oh, nice, Levy. That's pretty cool. No, I'm loving the Brazilian tracks at the moment on AMS2, Automobilista 2. Yeah, Prime Gaming, that's the one. I actually had a look into that the other day for myself. So, indeed, it is. It's gone with another fight. Sasha Rupel, so currently in 8th. He's right on the back of Conor Garrett and Visa Chicoli. So those two have clearly been fighting enough. Chicoli making a bit of a mess there. Bremson just behind them. So the 2 Germans in the mid-pack. Both in the Audi. You can see the one just off the back of those 3 at the moment. Yeah, I haven't set that Nightbot. It's very much... No, actually, no, it should be work. Why does that not work? That's weird. Yes, not sure. Not quite sure. Cheers for the follow, Rush. Cheers for the follow. Much appreciated. Enjoy, dude. Enjoy, dude. Well, thanks very much for coming in and saying hi as well. But I'm glad you're doing well, man. And yeah, have fun. Hope the stream goes well if you stream it. I'm sure you probably will. But yeah, hope it goes well, dude. Hope you have a good evening. Have a nice weekend as well. So yeah, chat soon, mate. So we only have just over 5 minutes to go now. Let's come up with another fight. We've got Damien Jensen in 11th. So he's on the back of Andrew Pike. Oh, he's having a look up the inside. Pike's going to go far to the left here. And Jensen trying to hang it round the outside. And I think it looks like he's made it sticks. That's a cracking bit of driving from Jensen there. Gets that creeper all the way past that Peugeot. With ease, really. He's got some great speed in that car by the looks of things and flying up the hill. So he's up in to 10th spot. So on for a top 10. Go back on board with Gardner and the Burek. Burek's dropped behind it. So I think he made a mistake there. Just coming out of it. Looks probably out of the corkscrew. He's going a bit wide there on the penultimate corner as well. So that's allowed Mav Gardner up to 4th. It's a good run from him. We've gone ball back again with the Sasha Rupel just behind Jacoli. Dropped her back a little bit from Conor Garrett. So Garrett in 6th, like I said, current championship leader. If you click on the subscribe stuff, it should be an option once you've connected your Twitch Prime. So it's once you've connected your Prime account to Twitch, it should be a bar on its own that says use your like free Prime sub type thing. Yes. Oh, fair point. Yes, so that's true. Yeah, very well pointed out. So yeah, it should be that you click on the sub button under this stream. I don't know if you're on phone, it might be different. On the computer, yeah, click on the sub button and then one of the options says use your thing to give a free sub to someone, I think. Unless you're using it on someone else already, which is fine if you have. I don't know, yeah. Leg would be a good lad and help. So, Burek in 5th, still struggling, trying to close down that gap to Garnett, struggling a little bit. I don't think anyone's going to catch Abhishek Jha. Saying that, Mormon has closed the gap quite nicely over the last lap or so. So this is the front of second positions Jerome Mormon's Honda, and you can see that actually it's 2 seconds now, so we'll have to keep an eye on it, see what the gap is at the end of this lap, and see if that's come down at all. Well, I think he's pushing. Last lap he gained, how much did he gain there? He gained, according to this, he actually lost 3/10, but yeah, the time definitely come out. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's like on phone, to be honest. It can normally be a bit of a mess, but yeah, I'm not sure. So Conor Garrett catching up to the back of Gardner and Burek, actually very nice here, dropping Jacoli. So he's pushing hard these last couple of laps. I think mine was about halfway down. I think mine was above the other options. But yeah, it's not. You don't have to do it during midstream. If you want to do it, you can do it as and when. You can come to the channel and connect in when we're not streaming. But I appreciate you trying to give us a prime sub, man. So Burek, oh, that's the wrong click. There we go. This is Burek, right in behind Gardner. This is just giving Garrett a chance to gain possibly 2 more positions on this last lap and a half. Oh, little nudge on the back of Burek there. So we'll be careful. So just coming up to the corkscrew. So coming in to start their final lap. So Abhishek Jha still holding on to that lead. Between 2.5 seconds. He's driving very nicely. Jerome Mormon clear in 2nd spot. Jonathan Atkinson in 3rd, driving superbly. And then we have this fight from 4th. So that's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and then just peeking behind him, there's 8th spot. So Gardner all the way down to Rupel, very close. Not really enough time for Jensen to catch up again with this pack. Oh, Garrett making a dive down the inside, nicely done as well. Burek will try and hang it out wide. Garrett will hug that apex. Now he's actually going to try and floor it on the exit, and I think it's just pushed a little bit too hard. And I think he had a chance there. I think he had a chance to keep that position, and he's instead going to lose 2, maybe. Depends if Vizar gets ahead. I don't think he does, so they'll string out a little bit again. So we are on the final lap. Let's see where Abhishek is. So he is coming up into the run up to the corkscrew, up to the awkward blind left. I've always hated that corner. I've always been shocking at it. You can see now Jerome as well is going to be pushing hard there. He took that corner probably riskier than he would normally. Doing what you can to try and close that gap, but it's 1.7 seconds. Is unlikely he'll be able to do anything about it. JP around corkscrew in 3rd. We've got that fight. Still, Conor Garrett still wants that spot back. He still wants 5th, and Mav Gardner got up ahead of them. Has established a bit of a gap now, so unlikely they're going to catch him. We'll go on forward with the front runners though. So Abhishek Jha, yeah, another superb drive. Coming around the final corner. And he'll come over the line to take his 3rd win of the season. Superb driving from Abhishek as he crosses the line. Jerome Mormon in 2nd note, so he'll keep tabs on him nicely in the standings. JP with a superb podium spot. I think that might be his first podium of the championship. It is, so well done there, JP. Mav Gardner just leads home to Vonimir Burek. Conor Garrett, Vizar Jacoli just beat Sasha Rupel to the line. Damien Jensen coming over the line in 9th. Heinz Bremson 10th. Pike just behind him. In the bag, bud. Come around the final corner. In his Alfa Romeo in 11th. Oh, it's 12th apparently. I'll get the numbers right eventually. In the bag, bud. That's still in the bag, bud. Right, this is Darryl Wright. There we go. Bit of a lag on those overlays. Comes home in 13th. Like Martin and Darryl Wright very close into the line, I think that was. Crash bang wallop. There we go. So, might well cross the line. So a big car park on the finish straight there. So who was that with that very, very close finish? It was Rolling Thunder and Martin. So very close between them at the end. But Martin just takes out of Thunder and then the batch in 16th. Martin Webb coming home in 17th. Pretty close between those two as well. Only 8/10 of a second. They're more being pushed in the background. So yeah, some good fighting. Good racing for race number 1. Still got 2 more of those. You can see fastest lap as well, by the way, on the right. Jerome Moorman, 1:29.740. But just not able to do that consistently enough to keep tabs on Abhishek when he pulled away. He kept that lead and drove superbly. So fair play to him. And we'll get going for quality number 2. No, not quality number 2. That doesn't happen. We don't want quality number 2. That'd be a bad thing. That'd be another server problem. Race number 2 with the finishing positions from race number 1, but the top 8 reversed. Don't know what that was. Don't know why the screen went black and then loaded this screen again. So, helping to practice to let everyone join. So we'll just let everybody load in and then we will be off and away for a lovely bit of driving yet again. So obviously second in the WTCR winning the race. It says 7th there. Should be 8th once everyone's in the lobby. Just sorting something quickly on Discord as well while we're waiting. But yeah, some good racing. You do get some great fun in these WTCRs. You do have to admit it's pretty fun. It's pretty bloody entertaining. Let's have a look. So I think nearly everybody's in, but they'll just wait to make sure. Let's have a look. So it's not like everyone's not on his pace. They can definitely compete with Abhishek, but yeah, as I said, you've got to be careful once someone gets clean air. If you're fighting behind him, like those guys were for some of that race, it's very quick. They just gain themselves a 2-3 second lead. Sometimes that's all they need. So you have to be very careful. So it should just be getting ready onto the grid. So there we go, that was nice and quick, mostly all in one go there. Just waiting for one or two more cars. So there we go, all ready. And they are off. It's a great start from Sasha Rupel there, obviously on pole, finished 8th in race number 1. Conor Garrett, God, he's absolutely sandwiched left, right and centre. He's going to be very careful here. So sorry, that Abhishek Jha, not Conor Garrett, good old timing screen. We'll have to wait for them to sort themselves out through turn 1, going 3 wide. That's very brave. I think Shikoli trying to make a move up the inside there and doing a fairly good job of it too. But Abhishek looks like he started into 3rd spot. So good start to that race so far. The batch and Pike's at the back of the grid, so Pike's not had a great start. He's lost a few positions, down to 16th at the moment, but again they're all still closely sorted to one another. So Sasha Rupel holding on to that top spot in the Audi. Shikoli in 2nd, Conor Garrett doing very well as always in 3rd. Let's go on board with him for a little bit. So Shikoli just going wide. And they're coming up the hill. He's going to try and dummy from him to left to right. Use that curb on the braking point, make sure it gets it stopped. Get a great exit out of the corkscrew. The exit's all important here. Try and be more patient on entry just to get a good shot out of the turn. But he does have to defend as well. He's got Mav Gardner all over the back of him, and then cars behind him who are sniffing for a kill if he makes any mistakes. A little bit of a wobble. Oh, and that's a bit of a knock. That's a GoPro that's not going to work under warranty anymore. A little bit of a flash there. Not quite sure what that for. Just he's got a bit close there, and Connor's hit the brakes, and yeah, he hit the back of him by the looks of things. Oh, evening, Brathasimo. Nice really racing for OTL, and that's some interesting driving there. That looked poor. That did not look good in the slightest. That looked like a very, very late braking point. But I have to be careful. Any dirty driving here, yes, they will get stamped on like a ton of bricks after the race, especially if I think they're doing it maliciously to make a point. Oh, car off in the background, missing the corner somewhat. Yeah, no, just no tail league, so it's just a yeah. They're actually racing for us, if you know what I mean. But we've got a few admins in here and everything, bits and bobs like that, but it's all very, very close. Very touring car the first couple of laps of this race. Okay, Sasha Rupel making a good mix of it so far. So these cars want to be careful. They look like just going a little bit reckless here. So one of the corners having to cut one of those cars having to cut that corner a little bit. So getting slightly more aggressive than race number 1. Hopefully no red mist driving happening. Because like I said, if there's any driving in here, if I think this is going to get too aggressive, I'm going to give them a slap. Verbally, obviously, but they'll be getting a telling off afterwards. Don't mind a bit of bumping here and there, but there's limits, and I think this first lap has been pretty close to it. Some of the stuff we've seen from these guys has been clearly they've been a bit annoyed by a bit of driving, so then they do it back, and then they do it back, and then they do it back, and it's ruined. So someone off in the background there. So who was that? Was that Damien Jensen? No, it wasn't. So who was it? Yeah, it was Damien Jensen. That's not Mav Gardner. So he's in the pit. So not sure what's happened there. So Sasha Rupel holding on to that pole nicely. Oh, it's digital. I can, yeah, it's socially distanced. I can, it's all safe. I'll wear a mask as well just to make sure. Oh, well, I did think it looked weird. It looked like it just went straight on. I was like, that's odd. There's definitely a corner there. I'm in the bag bud as well. Oh, what's happened there? That's not looking good. So that's very peculiar. He's definitely had an issue there. And when he's hopped out of the pit, so he's off and away again, but not really moving at much speed. I don't know if he's had a crash. If he's got damage possibly, but that car is looking and sounding poorly. Not moving at much speed at all. So Conor Garrett in 2nd. So the championship leader coming into this evening. On for some good points as he stands. 10 minutes to go. This is Vitor Shikoli. Another good drive from him so far, up in third. It's a couple of Jerome Norman down in seventh at the moment. He's got Jonathan Atkinson just up ahead, and you can see as well Bremson ahead of him too. And Mav Gardner behind him, so that fight has spread out a little bit. So still some good fighting in this mid-pack, as there always is. So JP going a bit wide there, Mav. Saying thank you very much, I'll have that position. Straight back up the inside, trying to chase them down again. See Bremson as well, making a move on Merman. Not going for it though. Not quite yet. The German trying to get past the Dutch driver. Also know how those two countries have amazing rivalry. Hopefully they'll keep it nice and clean on circuit. You see though Gardner as well on Bremson. And similar liveries. So getting very close between the two of them. You know, they'd have a little bit of contact earlier in the race. Hopefully they'll keep it nice and clean this time. It's a little bit long into the corner, so it compromises his exit somewhat. But a good drive from him so far. So Atkinson just behind them now. So cost him a little bit of time, that mistake we saw, but he's still got just under 9 minutes to go. So he's got time to make a move on them again. Try and get a couple more positions, a few more points. Let's go up top, Sasha Rupel. You see his lead, just under a second now. Abhishek Shah in third. So he would want to be pushing hard, but just could easily end up making a mistake when you're trying to do those faster laps and not always the most consistent laps. You know, the quick guys are so often the ones that can do both. But yeah, it might be a bit of a struggle to close a gap of more than 3 seconds in the next, what was it, 8 minutes now. So I think we've got 3 DNFs. I think Martin Webb, De Batch and Damien Jensen all DNF'd. So good ball with, of course, a bit further back. They were right in 12th. Oh, very close to Vonimir Burek on his left. Can he keep that car sorted? He can keep it nicely on track. So yeah, Burek. There we go. So Burek ahead of Darrell right now. Got Rolling Thunder just in front of them. So putting on a good show this evening. Driving well so far. You see Andrew Pike and Loic Martin just a little bit further up the road. Let's go back on board with Burek and this is Rolling Thunder. So the Serb and the Croat. Thunder going a bit long on there, so he'll recover it though. Not lost too much time, but yeah, lost a bit of ground to Zvonimir now. Oh, Martin Webb there, coming out the pits, drive through penalty for speeding in the pit lanes. We have to come in again, so poor fella. That might be a retirement shortly, I'm not sure, we'll see. Gap staying roughly the same at the front though. Sasha Rupel, just under a second. It's been like that for now a lap and a half, maybe 2 laps. So some good consistent driving. So we know they've got good pace, even the mid-pack guys have good pace. It's not like the guys who won the first race just come flying through the pack and take it back for themselves. It is, you know, so even those mid-pack drivers have good pace. It's just sometimes it's being there from your quali can make the world of difference. And obviously Sasha starting further forward with the reverse top 8. He's able to take advantage, and yeah, 1.6 second lead. So he's done well there. That last sector of the previous lap was gained him a good 7 or 8 tenths. And Abhishek as well, though, has closed in on Conor Garrett. So there's only about a second between them two. See Abhishek here with Conor Garrett just ahead. Jerome Norman not too far back in 4th. Got Shikoli and Gardner 5th and 6th. Jonathan Atkinson and Bremson just in shot there, 7th and 8th. We had that fight earlier. So this is Andrew Pike and Loic Martin. They've got Burek a little bit further behind them. They've just dropped him a little bit. So a lovely camera shot that. And this Pike going to go for a defensive line. He won't. Loic just keeps it close in behind. Peugeot not the widest car. Maybe going to look. No, he's not. But Pike does go a little bit wide. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe he just saw Loic's car shifting to the left a bit and thought he was going to have a go in. Maybe opened his steering a little bit and maybe didn't need to. But some good driving from these guys so far. I said mid-pack, fairly competitive in quite a lot of our PC leagues. ACC, race room, very similar in terms of that. You've just got so much strength in the middle. So even if you don't get fighting up front, you generally get it elsewhere. So it's great to watch. So these guys fighting as closely as they can. Let's go on board with some more battles though. Bremson, he wants that place off Shikoli. Shikoli holding on nicely. Bremson trying to get as close to the back of him as possible. But Hyundai being defensive there, making sure he's got the inside line, not allowing Bremson to go for anything up the inside. Huzzah! He figured it out. There we go. His laptop did the trick, I'm assuming. Hawaiian Rush, really appreciate that, dude. Really appreciate you deciding to use that on us. So thank you very much. Very, very kind. Genuinely, really appreciate that. Hey! Shaka Naka Nori. We got there in the end. Yeah, Twitch isn't always the easiest thing to use, to be fair to you. I didn't have a clue how to do that until about 2 days ago. You thought I'd have at least researched that, but yeah, there we go. Every day's a school day for all of us. So yeah, very kind of you, Hawaiian Rush. Really, really appreciate that. And yeah, I'm just glad you're enjoying things and having a good time so far. So back up top, Abhishek Jha. This top 3 have really closed in. That's the leader there. He's only 0.9 of a second ahead of Conor Garrett. And as you can see, Abhishek Jha right in behind second position. And Norman not far back himself. So you've only got 1.8 seconds now, covering the top 4. So what we want here is a cracking bit of fighting for the last 3 minutes. I mean, that's at what, 2 minutes 40. So we're going to have 2 more laps. Just 2 more laps. Moves over. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I don't think really Abhishek could do much about it there. I think Connor's moved left. Oh, he's got to get that out of the wall. He's going to lose a few positions. Oh, he's straight to the pits. Yeah, I thought he might do that. I didn't know if he was going to try and recover that. Looks like a bit of a rage quit, to be honest, but so we caught that on stream. I'm not sure, from my view, if Abhishek's done anything wrong there. I think Connor's moved left to defend, and Abhishek was already there, and the inevitable contact happened, unfortunately. So still just under 2 minutes to go. Still only 1.2 seconds between these top 3. So last lap now, just a minute remaining. So it's really good racing. There's been some interesting racing in this race compared to the first time round. Is Conor back out on track, or is he in the pits? No, he's in the pits, so he'll be getting 15th, unfortunately. Alright man, go for it, Bats, go for it, dude. Sounds sensible. This game has had a few issues since its most recent update. Mormon looking up the inside. Is he going to make a move? He does not. Abhishek still sticking nicely to that apex. So if he starts fighting, trying to defend, I think Sasha will disappear off into the distance here. Why does my own Twitch chat keep welcoming me to the room? It's very weird. Yeah, very, very odd. See here, Abhishek wants to get defensive. He's maybe left the door open a little bit long there, but no, he's okay. Oh, he goes a little bit long there though, into the corkscrew. That's going to give Jerome a chance, but he's going to have to just keep his foot in it as long as possible here. He's going to try and make a move up the inside, coming up into the penultimate set of corners. They get a bit door on door there, typical touring car stuff. Abhishek maybe looking up the inside. Jerome goes wider there. That's going to cost him some speed. Coming to the last corner, he's either going to have to make a move or just settle for the position. He'll have to nail that final corner. We'll go on board with Sasha Rupel. And he comes over the line. He's driven superbly, held on to that position, and he takes the win. Well done to Sasha. And second and third there to Abhishek Jha and Jerome Mormon. JP come around the final corner. Twitch update weird. Yeah, but I did. Yeah. No, I'm not. It's with my own account. But yeah, I'll do it later. Fair enough. So yes, JP, another superb drive from him. Gets fourth. Mav Gardner fifth. Visage Coley sixth. Hines Harold Bramson seventh, just ahead of Pike. Burek in ninth. Like Martin just getting the top 10 spot. Darrell Wright coming home ahead of Rolling Thunder. We had in the bag Bud. In 13th, a little bit further back, so just done the corkscrews. Got a few more corners to go. That's a weird sounding vehicle. There's a good drive there from Sasha though. Superb drive for the win. So we got in the back Bud coming across the line. Just the final few cars to come across the line now. Martin Webb just making it across there. So Carridon did finish. Got 14th spot, gets a few more points of 3 DNFs unfortunately. Batch and Jensen with their issues. I think Garrett after his crash we saw on stream a few minutes ago. Don't worry about it. Tell Martin what he's got. Just let him know what he's got to do. Yeah, so Andrew Pike gets to start pole. For race number 2. Top 8 reversed as always. So we'll get into race number 3 now. One more race to go. A good drive, Visa. Well driven tonight, man. So one more to go. Yeah, but still in the range of points, yeah. Oh, they all add up. They really do. They all add up. And they make a huge difference as well. Just consistent finishing. So it's the ones that, if you go first, second DNF, fourth DNF, then it's people who finish in like 6th and 7th, but they do it every race that gain the points. Just double check something before we get into the last race. That's a loud Alfa Romeo, isn't it? That's in the back box coming out of the pits. Not quietly. Gordon knows that's not doing it quietly, but him leaving the pits anyway. So Darryl Wright on track. So just getting everybody in again for the final race. So we are, I think, all good to go pretty much. Nearly everybody in. Nearly everybody in. It's been some good racing. Hello again, Jayig. So one more to go. One more 15-minute race. What is the time? 9:15 UK time. Oh, that's not how to take the corkscrew. As long as he doesn't do that in the race. So most drivers in the pits now. How many in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 or 2. So I think we're just waiting for Batch and Jensen. So just waiting for those Batch and Jensen here, I think. The tech issues, so hopefully they can sort them out and get going final race before before sunrise, frankly. So nearly all there. That's a lot of cars in the pit lane. But no, it's been good stuff. The WTCR cars do provide some cracking racing, even if it is a little bit touchy out on track. But they're pretty. They're so we'll get going soon. That Mav's been said with the sound up in the Discord a bit as well. Bless him. So, Mr. Few Brake just wasn't driving. I know you can drive better than that. It was fight, just trying to push too hard and was just missing a few braking points, and it was just getting a bit door touchy, a bit for my liking. But on the whole, I think it was all right in the end. But I'm unfortunate with the Connors and I think it was, I can't remember who it was now. Abhishek Jha, but to be honest, I'm not sure Abhishek could have done anything about it. I might be wrong, I don't know, we'll see later on, but yeah, just unfortunate, I think. But some cracking driving from all of them. I expect they're going to be in and around it as always. So Connor will have to start pretty much near the back, unfortunately. That's the only problem with DNF. You start, I think he'll start in 15th. So that's going to be a war of attrition. But I'm not sure if I don't know if you're still here, Damien. Let's have a look. I don't think he is. So I think we're going to get going then. So quick bit of water. So good luck everybody. Good luck all drivers involved. Flashy lights on the grid there. So here we go. Final race of this evening. 5 red lights. Be held for quite a long time here, and they are go. It's a great start. I think it's by, it was Mormon in 4th or 5th there. You can see he's right on the inside there. Going to be boxed in a little bit. And Pike on the right hand side here, going into turn number 2 technically. I hate calling that turn 2, but it is. So while they sort themselves out through this long left hander, Jacoby in the middle there. Pike's down to 3rd, possibly 4th. He's going to have Mav Garner on his left. He's going to try and slot in. He's got a car up his inside. A little bit of squirrely action there. A car off on the gravel on the inside as well. So Bremson with a superb start. And Jacoby up to second as well. Pike in third, so hasn't been able to hold on to that lead, but not the easiest thing to do at a start of a lap like that. So Mav Gardner in fourth, as you see, Pike just in front of him. There's a little bit of a gap between Pike and Jacoby already. You want to be careful there. It's only half a second. Pike going a little bit wide there. Don't know if he'll get a slowdown, possibly. I think he's just been about got away with it. Just been a little bit lucky there. Coming through the corkscrew on the first lap. All fairly clean so far. First lap's been pretty good, you have to say. Everyone's sorting themselves out. They're a good bunch, these drivers. Very competitive league. It's been superb to watch and commentate on. I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. So come around to end lap one, or move up the inside. A little bit bumpy, maybe, from JP, but JP I don't think he's going to get the drive out of the corner to keep the position, so Mav should hold on to fourth. JP will slot in behind, and then he's got Jerome, Mormon and Burek right in behind him. And a bit of a gap back to Dowell Wright and Abhishek Jha. So Jha trying to pull through from the rear of the pack. So Conor Garrett as well has gone board with him. So up to 12th now. A few more positions needed to really get those points. It could harm him tonight in terms of the championship. Or a bit of a spin in the background. Oh, I think they might have got a tap from someone. Definitely car was waiting for him, doing what they can. With the fighting again though. Jerome Mormon in fifth. Gardner in the middle. Oh, now I think that's going to be JP on the left. A little bit of a touch there. He went a bit wide. I think Jerome does have to turn in eventually. And look at this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars there in no room at all to move. Quite how they're going to sort themselves out through this blind left up the hill. It's anyone's guess. They've done pretty well there. I can't do that corner on my own. So Lord only knows how they manage it. I'd be better than me, I'm sure. So coming up to the corkscrew. Oh, someone off to the left, deciding that wasn't happening. Oh, and that's a big oof. I think that might have been. So who is that? Number 86. They'll rejoin. So very unlucky there for Mormon. I know it was Abhishek Jha. So if Abhishek Jha might have been the car that missed it on the left, and I don't know if he's ended up coming back on track at an angle, and yeah, it's collected him. That's a massive shame as well. There's damage on in this league, so that is going to have hurt his car. Well, hurt their cars pretty badly, I'm sure. It's got up front now, Jacoby and Bremson fighting for the lead. You've got Pike in third. Bit of clear space. He needs to fight and push and try and close this gap while these two are hassling each other. It's his best chance he's got of closing that gap. Pike holding on to third nice. He's got a bit of a gap back to Atkinson. And then a good few seconds back to Burek. So if they're going to push, they want to push now. Mav Gardner down to the back, so I think he's had another off, unfortunately. I think he might even be done. Yeah, Mav Gardner is done, unfortunately. He's either in the pits with too much damage or had to retire, unfortunately. So I'm not quite sure what happened. I'm sure we'll see clips later on if it's reported. And yeah, I'm not sure if it was the car that went off to the left that was the one that collected him in the end, but we will see. So those lead two. Still nothing between them. Let's watch from the bumper cam as they're coming down through the corkscrew. So Bremson's driving very well. So a lot of these drivers have got just enough sheer speed that if you put them at the front of the pack, they're able to hold off the cars behind. They may not drive off into the distance, but they can definitely hold it in that top spot. So 1.4 seconds back. It's Pike in third in his Peugeot 308. Peugeot for life. And then JP, not far back, just under a second back now, you can see. In fourth spot. Then quite a gap back to Burek and the rest. So got some good fighting going on further back though. So this is Loic Martin. So he's in open. You can see how many cars there are there. So that's Loic Martin. He's got Abhishek Jha just behind him and Jerome Mormon, so two of the quickest guys on the grid. He's got Conor Garrett and Sasha Ripple just ahead of him. So championship leader at the start of the night and the winner of the previous race. So it looks like Abhishek is making that move up the inside of Loic Martin. Loic Martin will have to let him through. And Abhishek takes that position, so he's up to 8th spot now. Want to close down on Conor Garrett, who himself is trying to fight with Sasha Rupel, trying to catch Zvonimir Burek. And then there's a big old gap between them and the front 4. So it might be the best of the rest in terms of points and see what they can win. Oh, car off in the foreground now, and that's lost them a huge amount of time. So that was, I think that's JP Atkinson, isn't it? No, so it's not. So who was that? Abhishek Jha? No, it's Conor Garrett. Oh no, so Garrett has dropped down now. It's down to 13. It's been a disastrous night in terms of the championship standings for him. And that's gutting. So he's got just under 9 minutes now. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left of this final race of the evening for him to really try and gain as many points as possible and trying to limit that damage. Luckily for him, the car's also very close. If he drives well and there's any mistakes ahead, he could make a move. He's gone ball with the front guy. Jacoli making a move up the inside of turn 2. Technically just gets his nose ahead for a little bit. Bremson and Jacoli side by side coming through turn 3. Jacoli has to go a little bit wide there, using the runoff. He'll have to rejoin. He'll slot in behind. There's a fair fighting between the two of them. Just run out of room, unfortunately, for him. But Bremson won't mind that. He drives off a little bit into the distance as well. You see Jacoli dropping back. When he gets pushed out wide by JP Atkinson there. Atkinson now goes long. That's going to allow Jacoli back up the inside. So that's going to cost him time. That's going to let Bremson disappear 1.3 seconds off into the distance out of nowhere. Oh, Pike going a little bit wide. Has to be careful there not to make too many mistakes of his own. Let's go on board a little bit further back. Abhishek Jha in 7th. Sasha Rupel, winner of the previous race. So actually I think there are 2 race winners of this evening. Currently in 6th and 7th. So we're halfway through this race now, 7.5 minutes to go. Oh, sausage curbs in the curbs in general around here are an absolute nightmare. Chuck you off into the wall like no tomorrow. Evening, Mav. Hiya, dude. Yeah, I was watching your incident on stream. I'm not quite sure what happened. Yeah, I was unlucky though. You showed some good pace though. There's been some good fighting. We've got some good driving tonight. No, he's in the. He's there, leg, just for reference. Unfortunately, he was the one we saw getting sort of wiped out at the corkscrew. Poor fella. Yeah, but some good driving. It's been a good championship. I think some very competitive fights in this, and throughout all of the people hit that inside curb fall down. Oh, was that what happened? I was wondering, you just popped up in the air like someone had smashed into you, and I was like, what on earth has happened there? Yeah, wow, that's nasty. I know a few people have been having some issues with those curbs in practice and in the race, so unlucky, dude. But you've been driving well, even if I did get a little bit heated when I saw some of the racing in race 2. I was a bit worried that was going to get dirty. Oh, it goes wide. So that's going to cost him a position. So Sasha pops back. Oh, a little bit of blinking from Zvonimir up ahead. So Abhishek now up into 6th. Yeah, Zvonimir in 5th. Jacoli is down into 4th. We saw him losing those positions earlier. We've got Atkinson and Pike fighting over 2nd spot. Be careful with those sausage curbs. You don't want to get maved. Yeah, it was a bit touring car-ish for my liking, like I said. But it didn't get too bad. But we'll see if anyone reports anything. But I think it's all right on the whole. I think people will understand when there's honest mistakes happen. Sometimes that's just the way. Bremson, nearly 2 seconds. Nearly said 2 minutes. That would be a long way ahead. You can see 2 seconds in the lead. Coming through turn 2. I don't hate calling that turn 2. It's very clearly turn 1. No, it's not the widest track in most sections. Well, the corners aren't. I can tell you that. But that's the problem when they're so close to each other. It's like how, I mean, on the whole, I think everyone sorted themselves out very well, to be honest. I can't complain too much. It's been great to watch. I've thoroughly enjoyed this championship so far. So Bremson holding on nicely. Abhishek Jha, let's go on board with. I think that the batch is now pitted as well, unfortunately, so I think he's just struggled too much this evening. Oh, a little touch there. So what happened there? I think we're for the car behind to have the issue there. I don't know if he's just touched the car in front and it's unsettled his own car. But he will now drop like a stone. It's unfortunate. Sasha Rupel, let's go on board with him in 7th, fighting with Jerome for 6th spot. Got the Belgian like Martin not far back as well, so I want to be careful. I think we've got another retirer. I think Abhishek has had to retire as well. Weird standing, still the same amount of time as Abhishek was supposed to be both in the pits. Is Ryan Thunder in the pits as well? No, he's still going, but car looks a bit poorly. Well, it sounds a bit poorly. I mean, there's still incidents, as we know. It's never going to be 100% clean, but... I don't know if it's tech issues you're having or if you've had the incidents with someone. But obviously you know how to report it if it's incidents with someone. And I can get it sorted. I hope it's not tech issues, to be honest. Yeah, glad to see it not work out for you this evening, man. JP, up top, 1.2 seconds. Not far off the lead. Still could close that up. It's only 3.5 minutes to go. So it's an interesting night. Abhishek's won a race. He's had to retire from a race. And yeah, so there's going to be some interesting points flying about in the table after tonight. No idea how it's going to work out. Just you can't get the ready cards. No, it's. You did your wheel update, mate. We might have to see if anyone in the thing has got the same wheel as you. It might genuinely be a settings thing. It might be that you're struggling because it shouldn't be that bad. Maybe it's a driver thing as well. Maybe reset the drivers. If not, I don't know. Unless it is just people really, they are awful. Weird. See if someone's got the same wheel as you and see what they're doing, see what they're running, and it's all I can suggest really. Because no, I want to see you up. I want to see you further forward, dude. I want to see you having a good old time of things. Yeah. No, I'm gutted, dude. So these front two, very, very close all of a sudden. JP, Mr. Atkinson, in with a shot here of his first PC race victory. He's got many on Xbox. He's got several of them things. SXW, very nice. Oh, heating's just come on in my room. Oh, it's lovely now. Oh, beautiful. Nice and toasty. Oh, JP looking up the inside. No, he doesn't make the move. Slots in very close behind. I thought he was going to go for that for a second. I got nice wheels. Both of you got some nice wheels there. Heating, yeah, it's free. Leg it freezing, mate. It's like going for my flu vaccine tomorrow. It's going to be like 6 degrees. It's cold. I've had my jumper on most of today. Don't know what it's like where you are. So, last few corners of their penultimate lap. They'll have one more time round. I think these two are safe from the cars behind. Let's go on board with the other fight slightly further back. Sasha Rupel, Jerome Morman and Zvonimir Burek. Morman looking up the inside. Burek will just about hold on though. Oh, it's an eclectic mix of countries here. 5 drivers from 5 different countries from 4th backwards, or 6th backwards. You go Brit, Kosovan, Croat, Dutch, German, Belgian. Love that. Well, yes, but I mean, I'll leave that one there. In shorts, you nutter. So puff of smoke in front of them. So, oh no. So JP fighting as hard as he could. He's either made a mistake or he's had a bit of an incident with Bremson as they were fighting. So he's 3.2 off now. Dropped back behind Giacoli and Pike. So Bremson just got to have a clean half lap on. The last lap on his own. Pike as well on for a second spot. Does have Giacoli though for company, who likes to fight hard for the position. But they've just got half a lap to go. But Giacoli is quick though. He's going to have to be very careful here. He's going to have to be on the defensive. I think Giacoli is close enough to start looking. He's getting very close to maybe where he starts thinking about it. We'll go to Bremson in a second once they're nearer the last corner or so. Bremson went easy around the corkscrew. Can't blame him. Doesn't want to make a mistake now. He lost about half a second, but he's got half a second to lose. Fair enough to you lot if you can do it. So Bremson just come around the final corner. He won't spin that. He should be good. Let's go on board with Pike and Giacoli though. Final corner. Can Pike hold on to second? He can do. Well done. So Bremson takes the win. Superb 3 race winners in 3 races tonight. Andrew Pike takes second. Be very happy with that. Vizar Chicoli takes the podium spot in third. JP coming home in fourth, unfortunately. It's a good drive, but it didn't quite work out for him in the end. Zvonimir taking fifth, just ahead of Jerome Morman in sixth. Rupel coming home in seventh. Luke Martin in eighth, just ahead of Conor Garrett in ninth. So still some good points from Conor Garrett. Rescued a few points there. In the bag, Bud coming home in 10th. Darrell Wright in 11th, possibly. Still fighting, though, with... Is that Martin Webb on his right? Darrell Wright having to take the inside line. And that's Martin Webb going the long way round. So who is ahead? It's Martin Webb, but not by much. So Martin Webb takes... So 11th spot as they cross the line. Darrell Wright in 12th. Oh, hello. It's Jack and Conor Garrett further down. Not quite sure why, but it will come up on the results screen in a minute. Rolling Thunder. It will be our final finisher of the third race. And they'll come across the line, and that will complete our standings and complete our race finishes. So well driven by all of them there. Fastest lap was for Jonathan Atkinson. So well done, JP. 1:30.343. That is utterly rapid. That's 3/10 quicker than anyone else in the race. So superb driving there. Well done to you. Unfortunately, you missed out on a win or a podium. Ended up in fourth. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. We'll find out later on if anything untoward. But hopefully not. Might have just been a mistake. These curbs are a nightmare. But Bremson, Pike and Chicoli are your podium sitters tonight in race number 3. JP Jackson, as I said, in 4th, just missing out. Kravat, Zvonimir Burek in 5th. Jerome Morman in 6th. Sasha Rupel in 7th. Luke Martin in 8th. Conor Garrett did take 9th spot. Just ahead of In the Bag Bud, rounding out the top 10. Martin Webb in 11th, just beating Darrell Wright on that final corner. And Rolling Thunder, the final finisher in the race. And obviously Abhishek Jha, the batch, and Mav Gardner not finishing, unfortunately. No worries, Visa. No worries. Good driving tonight, man. Looking forward to next week, as always. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been it's a great league to commentate on. Some cracking racing to be had. So, just seeing some of the chat in the Discord afterwards. Yeah, I think suspension gets a bit of a battering around here. So there's been some people having a few issues, unfortunately. A lot of flat spots and whatnot. But yeah, they've had a good time, I think, still necessarily. I think they've enjoyed themselves. So yeah, we'll get the points done, updated and onto the website as soon as possible. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed some great racing here tonight at Laguna Seca. Next week, round number 4 is at Suzuka. So I think that should be pretty fun as well. Can't wait to see. I don't think I've commentated on a race room race around Suzuka on this game at all. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, especially in the WTCRs. So yeah, that will be next Friday. So my next stream with you guys should be on Monday, hopefully. I'm looking to stream the evaluation race for our first Automobilista 2 league. That's nearly full. That is 18 drivers out of 20 signed up at the moment, so a couple of spots left if you want one. Look in the PC AMS2 sign-ups and get involved. So last evaluation race on Monday. Hoping to stream that to make sure everything is good this end. We've got Xbox Project Cars 2 in the Radical SR3 RS League next Tuesday. It's round number 4 from Barcelona National. And then, yes, after that, the next my next race with you will be next Friday. Yeah, no, Thursdays. Obviously, we finished the GT4 League for the ACC last night, but we will have a new GT3 League and a new endurance announced very shortly. Shop has already kind of let slip in Twitch. He's accidentally left one of the channels slightly public, so they could kind of see could see the title of the chat. So, you know, go that one. It doesn't really matter, but just funny. So yeah, they kind of know that much now, anyways. So yeah, so we're looking forward to announcing that. I can't wait to stream that. Always endurance races are always awesome. But yeah, some great racing tonight. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Already looking forward to next week. Like I said, I'll be back with you again on Monday. But yeah, I really appreciate you spending your evening here watching what I hope was some fine racing. On the whole, it's pretty clean, you do have to say, considering how close and how quick it is. It could be carnage, but it isn't. So, like, fair play to them. It's a good bunch of lads, and yeah, it's been awesome. So, if you were all watching this afterwards, well done, all of you. Really appreciate what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Hope you're enjoying it too. And yeah, thank you so much for watching with me. Cheers for the Prime sub, Hawaiian Rush. Very much appreciate that. And the follow as well, of course. Very kind. Always appreciate the new follows, new subs. I do have to do that. So I, yes, truly do appreciate that. But yeah, I hope you all have a fine rest of your Friday evening. Have a superb weekend. And hopefully, if you can, catch me on Monday again for a bit of AMS2. First time we'll have streamed that here at OTL. And then next League Race on Tuesday on Xbox on Project Cars 2. But yeah, on that note, I'll love and leave you. So thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you all next time.